How's my beautiful balls doing? Oh, you're looking very cute together. Yet you are.
Hi. So Dark Sarah's back with album number 5. And oh, what an album. So Dark Sarah is a symphonic metal album from Finland. I made a video about their previous album, Grim, which I'll link up here somewhere. And I really like this band because they tell stories, and I'm a sucker for anyone who tells me a good fantasy story. They also make books that go along with the albums that like tell the story of like, you've got the story on the album with like all the songs that are a different, like a new chapter in the story, but you've also got these little books that go with them, and they're so sweet. So just like last time, I ordered the album and the book to go with it, and once again they sent me this beautiful, beautiful packaging, this lovely parcel. So I made a little unboxing, unwrapping video because I just love the way they present their stuff. It's so cute. And I really love bands who do this for their fans, who do these like really special things. They take their fans and wrap them in a little blanket and be like, we're going to look after you, give us your money, and we are going to do some awesome things to you beyond making what amazing music and amazing books and amazing merch. This is it.
Okay, unboxing, here we go. Oh, something fell out there. So they sent this lovely postcard. Oh yes, I am wearing socks with flip-flops. Shut up. So that was a little sticker there, and the cute little postcard, which now lives on my shelf with a little note from Heidi, which is the cutest thing ever. They must spend so much time like signing these individual cards. And once again, lovely, lovely wrapping paper and cute little sticker to like close it all up. It's just the most adorable thing ever. And more stickers on the back. I was really trying like not to damage the wrapping because I really liked it. I can't remember if I kept the wrapping from the last video. I think I did, like used it for something else. But yeah, I really love this like zebra print. So book and CD, because this is a book channel originally, even though it's like starting to become other things as well. And the most beautiful album artwork from Dark Sarah yet. And it's also like the booklet signed by all the members of the band, which is super sweet. And there's the book with the story that goes with the CD. It's all poetry. They're all poems, and they're all illustrated. They've got these lovely illustrations in them. They're all like artworks this time. They weren't last time. It was, I think, photos of the band and things like that. But now it's all actual original artworks, which is pretty cool. And like the poetry is super, super simplified. So like it's really easy to understand, even if English isn't your first language. So a lot of work and love went into this, and I thoroughly appreciate it.
So this is it. First of all, this is my favourite cover for Ring Light Reflection. There we go. This is my favourite cover. So the album starts where the last one left off. So in the last one, Dark Sarah, aka Luna, had to defeat the monster Merc, who was besieging the town of Grim, and she had to free the town. But when she got to Merc and killed him and took his power, instead of giving the power back to the people to liberate them, she kept it for herself and became a Dark Queen. So at the beginning of this album, we found out that it was actually Merc's power source, the orb, that turned her evil, that there was no way she could like impose her will on this artifact. It was going to control her no matter what she did. And she's been put to sleep, and now she has to awaken because Grim is under attack again by Orym, this time, as a monster that came from the forest with an army of undead to take over Grimm. So there's a battle, and then, and she defeats Merc. She also manages to vanquish the evil that's inside her. She makes peace with Dragon and her old friend slash enemy. She's had a complicated relationship with that character over the 2 previous albums. And all the villagers of Grimm and the undead forest creatures all get together and have a disco, and then she drives them back into the forest in an old Chevy. I swear I'm not making this up. That's what happens. And it's delightful. And she also gives us this lovely book with lovely illustrations, and it's all signed by everyone. And there was a postcard with it as well. And as I said, I really love this band because they do amazing things for their fans. They're independent as well. That's the other thing. They are an independent band. They're not signed with any specific record companies. Like, they were supposed to be signed with, I think it was Napalm Records at some point. And I remember thinking, oh, good, because they've always been so, like, short of cash and having to crowdfund everything. And the great thing also about this band, about Heidi Payanna, their, like, leader, writer, vocalist, everything, she is always super open about where the money goes. It's like, well, we spend so much on this, and so much on this, and so much on this. And, you know, she's always super, super, like, open with the funds and where they go and what we're spending our money on when we crowdfund this stuff. But when they signed with Napalm Records, it was like, oh good, now they're going to have a record company supporting them, and they're going to be able to do more stuff maybe, and actually tour would be nice. I've never seen them live. That would be cool to, like, have a tour that's not in Helsinki, but apparently that's not going to happen because Napalm Records kicked them out pretty much as soon as they signed them, which is weird because this band is, like, perfect for Napalm Records. This is exactly the type of stuff that they really like. So I don't know, it's band, record company stuff, drama, sure. But let's talk about the actual album. So this new album, Attack of Orym, sounds different to the previous albums. It sounds more like there's a lot more synth going on, and it makes it way more epic. Like, to my ears, it does anyway. So it's kind of gone from being a strictly symphonic band to being more of like an epic symphonic band with, like, a lot of 80s sounds to go, like, in the mix, which seems to be becoming really popular in music right now. And as somebody who really loves 80s music, I am here for it. And as far as, like, the story goes and Luna / Dark Sarah's journey of discovery, like, she finally sits down and has, I guess, I was gonna say one-to-one, but it's just her, like a one introspective conversation with herself about what she actually is, because she has, like, forever, she has represented this kind of duality, the sort of good and evil and good and bad that exists within everyone, basically. Like, we are not perfect as human beings, and we're not altogether evil either. We are kind of a balance of both of those things. And she finally acknowledges that and, like, comes to terms with her past and owns it. And it really feels like she's saying, well, this was my past, this was my history, now I need to go forwards into something better and, like, have an actual goal. And I really love this line from the song Breaking Free, where she says, I turned into a monster, hero and villain in one, and she also makes peace with Dragon. Because, like I said, they've had a bumpy ride together. This is just, like, a personal thing that I would like, but can we have an entire album dedicated to Dragon's story? Because we know quite a lot about him. We know he used to be a sort of, like, divinity of some kind who was kicked out by the other divinities and, like, lost his wings and lost his power. Now he's come back, and I guess he's also kind of made peace with everything that happened to him and what he did. But I would really like to have an entire album dedicated to him. Just, like, JP Lipaluoto being amazing and being this character's so good. Like, I want more, okay? There wasn't enough of him on the Grimm album. I want to hear more from him. Pretty pleased with Sugar On, Heidi. I want to talk about Heidi's singing, because she also sounds a lot different on this album. Like, it's not just the music that's taken an epic, more 80s pop turn. She sings like in a really different voice. Her voice is a lot higher than it was. Like, she sings in like much higher octaves than she did, which is like, these songs are hard. This is absolute talent, like, right there. And she explained in an interview, like, she took lessons to like sing more like pop rock music, but like, she took her classical training and then went on this pop rock singing endeavor and learned a completely new skill, combined the two things, and created something amazing. And now we all need to bow down and worship. So I strongly, strongly recommend this band. If you've never heard of it, go give it a spin. It's really worth it, especially if you like hearing a good story. And even if you're not into metal, I think this is a band that's pretty, like, it's definitely on the Cate Blanchett list of stuff you can listen to if you've never listened to metal before. It's one of those bands that's quite nice. It's one of those bands that's safe for beginners, let's say. And having the books to go with them, just, you know, I'm a book person. See this insane collection behind me. So one more for this. Especially if it's metal related. What's not to love? So that's Attack of Orym by Dark Sarah. My favourite songs on this album are Attack of Orym, Goth Disco, and Breaking Free. Do go check them out. Tell me what you thought, if you're a fan of this band, if you've never heard them before, if you're just discovering them, or if you own every single album and piece of merch they've ever done. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to love, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.